What's up guys, welcome to the video today. Today I'm giving you 5 tips to build some bigger and stronger, more muscular shoulders, particularly the deltoids. Let's dive into it. First tip I have for you is to understand your shoulder muscles, understand the 3 heads of your deltoids in order to properly train them. First you have the anterior deltoid, the front part of your shoulder. Then you have the medial head of your shoulder, the side part. And then you have the posterior or the rear deltoid. You really need to make sure you're hitting all of the heads of your shoulder when you're following a training routine. Second tip I have for you, start off with a compound exercise for your shoulders. In the case of shoulders, I'm going to recommend you do an overhead press. I prefer to do them standing. The reason I say start off with a compound exercise because you're able to use heavier weight and you're able to really overload the muscles by using that heavier weight, and it's going to work all 3 of your heads in your shoulders, meaning it's going to work your front delt, your side delt, and your rear delt. So do the compound movement, do a overhead press first, and really blast those shoulders and develop them fully. Third tip I have for you is don't swing, don't use bad form. Essentially, lift with proper form. A lot of people when they train shoulders, if they're doing lateral raises for example, they're sitting there swinging and they're using extremely heavy weight. And it's just not a practical way to train your shoulders. Number one, it could lead to injury. You could hurt yourself, and when you're injured, you can't train shoulders, so they're not going to get bigger. And then number 2, if you're using bad form, you're not actually working the muscle. You're probably going to be working, your lower back or other muscles that you're not intending to work when you're swinging like that. So focus on the muscle you're trying to work, in this case shoulders. Use great form and take care of your body. Number 4 kind of ties in with number 1. But you want to make sure you're training the rear delt. A lot of times people focus so much time and effort on the front shoulders, the front delts, and the side delts through bench pressing, incline press, overhead press, front delt raises, lateral raises. Then they skip out on the rear delts, the back part of the shoulder. So make sure you're hitting those, whether you're doing some rear delt raises or some kind of face pull exercise. Make sure you're hitting your back of your shoulders. That way you're having a well-balanced and a well-rounded shoulder routine. Finally, tip number 5. I saved the best for last for you guys. This is the most important tip, in my opinion. You got to be progressively overloading. If you're trying to get bigger and stronger shoulders, you have to be using increased weight, doing increased reps over time in order to make them grow. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, otherwise you're going to get the same results you've always got. You got to do something new, got to mix it up, got to make it harder for yourself, got to have increased resistance in order to really push your shoulders and to make them grow. A lot of times people get into the same trap. Every single day they go to the gym, they do the same exact routine, same exact exercises, same exact number of reps, same exact amount of weight, and they expect to get some kind of new result. It doesn't work that way. You got to push your body. You got to give your shoulders a reason to grow. So progressive overload is going to be your friend. That's going to be one of the most important tips. So in summary, know all the muscles in your shoulders, the front, the side, as well as the rear. Make sure you're training all of them. Lift with great form. Make sure you understand all of the muscles in your shoulders, the front, the side, as well as the rear deltoid. Make sure you are starting with a compound exercise. That way you can have a better ability to lift heavier weight and progressively overload your shoulders. Also, make sure you're using great form. Don't injure yourself, and make sure you're actually working your shoulder muscles rather than some other muscle. Don't forget the posterior deltoid or the rear delt back here. It's going to help you to get some nice rounded and full looking shoulders by working that. Also, it's going to be healthy over the long haul to have well-balanced shoulder muscles. And finally, make sure you're progressively overloading. Give your body a reason to get bigger and stronger. Use increased weight, increased reps, and really force those muscles to grow. If you combine all of these tips with a well-balanced diet, getting your protein in, eating a calorie surplus, bulking up, you will have a great ability to grow some solid, thick, tight, and aesthetic shoulders. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. As always, if this video was helpful for you, please give it a like. Please subscribe down below for future content. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Make sure you train those shoulders properly and get some big ones. Make them look nice and aesthetic. Heck yeah.